Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the match between FC Barcelona and Inter Milan. And unfortunately, FC Barcelona have been eliminated by Inter Milan 4-3 in the second leg. Globally, Barcelona have been eliminated 7-6. And I know that a lot of you guys are going to be like kind of wondering whether I'm going to approach this match. I mean, not this match, but this review in a very aggressive way. I'm not going to approach this whole review in a very aggressive way because I think that Barcelona did the best that they could in this second leg, and they gave us a beautiful Champions League campaign. None of us ever thought, in the beginning of this season that Barcelona would make it this far. And like we have already won 2 trophies this season so far. Never thought of. We were in the semifinals of the Champions League. Unfortunately, we got knocked out. We never thought about that. We're currently in first place in La Liga. We still have a huge battle to get through for us to win the league. And the fact that we still have that chance to end this season with 3 total trophies, it was unheard of 8 to 7 months ago. And I think the Barcelona did okay. Like in the Champions League, I'm going to say they did okay. And the reason why I say okay, not like, oh my God, it's amazing, it was spectacular, a spectacular Champions League campaign. I think that it was exciting, right? That's what was like so spectacular about this campaign. It was exciting, it was entertaining. They gave us a lot of moments, like what people like to say, like very, oh my God, like this happened at the end, and we claimed the top spot in the dying last minutes. But overall, I would say that we conceded way too many goals in the Champions League. We conceded 4 goals against Benfica. We conceded like another 6 total goals against Inter Milan, a team that is not very well known for scoring a lot of goals, but they still scored a total of 6 goals against us, which is why I do say that in terms of entertainment and really giving us that movie-like experience, right? The final act experience where we come out at the very top at the end, it was spectacular, right? We had the elite mentality, but in terms of like when we look back at this Champions League campaign, and Deco's there with the information and the papers and whatever they do during the summer transfer window, they're going to be saying, okay, one of the things that we did not do well was our defensive game plan, and what we tried to do with Hansi Flick. It was trash. It was trash in the Champions League campaign. We conceded way too many goals, and that has to be fixed moving on to the next season, right? Because it's embarrassing to see that we have conceded 6 goals against Inter Milan. Inter Milan is not a team that scores a lot of goals. I would understand if Real Madrid or Bayern or a Man City scored six goals against us, but against Inter Milan, it is too much. And yeah, I understand that we had the attitude of, okay, if you score 4, we'll score 5, or okay, if you score 5, we'll score 6. I understand that. It's healthy. So because of that, I would just say the attack is okay, right? Let's move forward with that. Whatever game plan we have in terms of our attack, the high risk, high reward thing, good. But in terms of our defense, our performance, that needs to be tweaked a lot. We concede too many goals, and ultimately that is the reason why we have been knocked out of in the semifinals of the Champions League against Inter. Dumfries took advantage, Lautaro took advantage, Thuram took advantage, and we paid the price for that. We tried to persevere, but we just couldn't. So we couldn't come out with the win, and unfortunately we're not going to go to the final. I thought that we were at 1 point because we had that lead in the last few minutes of the regular 90 minutes, but it is what it is. So here is going to be the lineup that we had that was showcased against Inter for the second leg. We had Gerard Martin starting in this game. I don't know why. Okay, there you go. I mean, yeah, we could do that, I guess. Yeah, I don't know why this is not updated. This should be updated because Gerard Martin had 2 assists, right? Or is this the wrong game? No, yeah, this is the wrong game. But let me see. 4-3 lineup. Okay, here it is. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, this is going to be the lineup that Hansi Flick put out, and that was Eric Garcia, right back position, Kubarsi and Inigo Martinez, center back pairing, Gerard Martin, left back position, Frankie de Jong and Pedri, double pivots, and then we had Lamine Yamal, Olmo, Rafinha, and Ferran Torres up top, as expected. I wanted to see Inigo Martinez on the left back position with Araujo, but, we're going to be talking about Gerard Martin in just a few minutes, but Fortunately for Hansi Flick and what decision he made with Gerard Martin, because of that decision, it at least gave Barcelona a fighting chance. And so I was happy to see that Gerard Martin came out with 2 total assists. Eric Garcia came out with a goal, Dani Olmo as well, Rafinha. But this was our starting 11. No Lewandowski, no Fermin Lopez. We did not see Gavi at all. I mean, in the 90 minutes, right? And then we had Pau Victor also coming in later in the game. And then as for Inter Milan, we had Lautaro Martinez, Thuram, and then you get the whole gist, right? 5 total midfielders, and then 3 defenders. That was the starting lineup for both teams. And so we're going to be talking about exactly what has been, what went on in this game that just made it so thrilling. So let's move on, right? We're just going to change the title, first half, and now we're going to go to the videos right here. And we're going to be going on with the 16th minute. And here we go, right? I'm not trying to like play this because I really don't want this to be copyrighted. If I let this play, this YouTube channel is going to be gone because we know how Paramount like to, or UEFA like to flag their stuff. But yeah, you can see here on the 16th minute, Di Marco receives the ball. We're going to actually skip through this because I'm not trying to play this. Di Marco gets the ball, makes a pass, and then we see a last minute tackle by Inigo Martinez. Great defending by FC Barcelona. Move on towards the next play, right? Here we go. Let's not have this play. Again, we have one of the midfielders receive the ball, and look at that pass right here. Straight to, I believe that is Thuram, if I'm not mistaken. Right, because the images is super small. But yeah. No, that's Dumfries. Dumfries receives the ball, he runs through that space, passes it towards Lautaro, and goal. All right, that was the first goal. It's really bad right here. Like, I don't know why so much space was given to this midfielder, number 32 or 52. I forgot who this one is. I believe this is Di Marco. It has to be Di Marco, right? Di Marco has the ball, and just too much space here. There's too much. I don't know what's going on here. And then for some reason, our center backs, they just slept in this run here. Let him go through so easy. I don't know what went on. 23rd minute, right? Pause. Here we can see Lamine Yamal having a great play. Goes through the middle. Still couldn't get stopped. Keeps running. But unfortunately, he loses it, right? He was having one hell of a game tonight. We move on towards the next one. Here, I don't know why, but this is going to be considered as like the handball from one of the center backs. It was never given. I don't know why. UEFA, bro, like, I don't know what was going on here, but I'm not going to complain too much because that's not going to be the whole point of this video. But it was a handball here, but it was never given. 27th minute, here we can see Dani Olmo receive the ball. He's in a 2 versus 2 situation. He's going for it, and he tries to shoot the ball. He could have passed it. I think that he could have passed it there, right? Passed it over the center backs here and leave it for Ferran Torres, but he continues to dribble with it. We have one of the center backs here of Inter Milan close the space down, and he shoots the ball, but it goes way off, bro. I don't know what he was thinking. So let's move on towards the next one. Here, I think this is where it's like a big Kubarsi tackle that I just don't think, right? I just don't think is a foul whatsoever. I really don't. Like, if you guys want to say, oh no, it is a foul because he hit his leg or whatever, clearly you can see here, right, that what Lautaro tried to do, okay, it's gonna sound crazy, but this is what top strikers like to do. What Lautaro was trying to do before he was about to receive that tackle by Kubarsi was put his right leg forward to get hit by Kubarsi, because Lautaro Martinez knew that Kubarsi was trying to put his leg over Lautaro Martinez to hit the ball first, but Lautaro put his leg in the way. Look at there, he puts his leg in the way, right? And look at that, Kubarsi just hits the ball here. You see that? So it's very smart coming from Lautaro Martinez. I mean, I give credit to him for playing it smart, but still, it was a clean tackle from Kubarsi, and I think that the refs were just being too harsh on the guy. Look at this. Tries to go for the ball, but unfortunately, it just couldn't happen. Okay, so I'm trying to be very careful. Like, I'm not trying to play this at all. I once again, I don't want to be copyrighted. So now let's go into the 41st minute. Here we have another play. One of the midfielders picks it up, passes it towards Lautaro Martinez, and there you go. Right, same thing. From the tackle of Kobarsi, they were given the penalty. I'm not going to play that. It's whatever. We'll skip that. We're going to skip this too. There's like extra footage, but I'm not going to play it because I'm not trying to get copyrighted. So now let's go on to the second half, right? Let's put that on here. Second half. We go to the 53rd minute. Inter Milan are up 2-0. Barcelona are down globally 5-3. So here we can see Gerard Martin coming up. He has the ball. His first cross was unsuccessful. He makes a cross again. And this one landed towards Eric Garcia, and he makes the goal and puts it to the top left corner. It was a good goal. Awesome goal. 56th minute. Once again, very similar. Right? 55th minute. And this one was crazy because we actually won the ball here from a counterattack, and Inter Milan like lost it. Barcelona went on. They got it. Lamine Yamal passes it towards Pedri, and it was a counterattack of Gerard Martin, Eric Garcia, and Pedri. So it was a 3 versus 2 situation. It was crazy, right? A counterattack generated with Gerard Martin, Eric Garcia, and Pedri. It was funny, bro. But like, yeah, there was a chance right here. Pedri receives the ball, passes it towards Gerard Martin. I think that he should have just shot it there. Yeah, he should have just shot it there, but he pulled a Messi, like that back to that semifinal of the Champions League where Messi passes it towards Dembele. Dembele misses it and fails to make a 4-0 lead. So Gerard Martin is like, I'm just going to pass it again. Leaves it to Eric Garcia, but shoots it straight to the goalkeeper. Unfortunate. It could have been 2-2 by the 56th minute, but it is what it is. 59th minute, here's going to be another play. Gerard Martin receives the ball, passes it, and it goes straight to Dani Olmo, making it 2-2 for FC Barcelona. And the comeback, I would say, was leveled. Right, we came back. It was a huge moment for Gerard Martin. All of us were saying that Gerard Martin had no business being in this game, but Gerard Martin came out with 2 assists. And I think that with this, I would say that Gerard Martin has a future with FC Barcelona because he has been consistent in the league, and he has also showed up in a big game against Inter Milan, which means that we can improve on top of this player. We can make this player better, and he is definitely a player that is not the most, I would say, reliable. Right, it's not the most, like, I was like, if you were to say, is Gerard Martin at the exact same level of Alejandro Balde in terms of the attack and the same level of a Bastoni in terms of defense? No, he's just very even in both. And fortunately for Gerard Martin, Hansi Flick gave him the halftime talk, and he told him, he's like, hey, look, bro, like if you don't do something, I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna kill you and your family. But so Gerard Martin came with 2 total assists, 2 great crosses, and I'm happy for the dude. So great job to him. Here's going to be another angle of the counterattack, but I'm not going to show it because copyright reasons. 67th minute. Let's see what this one is. This is going to be Inter Milan receiving the ball. As we can see, they go on. They still get the ball. Lamine Yamal ends up getting it. And then this here, I don't know if this is supposed to be a penalty, but to me, it was a penalty, right? I'm going to be posting a picture on X if you guys want to go see it. There's like a different angle from where Lamine Yamal got contacted on. And I think that, yeah, this was a penalty, but it was not given. Penalty for Inter Milan, but not a penalty for FC Barcelona, of course. UEFA, you guys are amazing. And then here we have a huge shot from Lamine, I believe, right? He shoots it, and man, that could have been the winner. That was the winner, and the goalkeeper saves it. It could have gone in. Lamine Yamal is a master at this. He has done it already against, I think it was France. Yeah, France, and this should have been another moment, but no. 86th minute, I believe this was the goal where we thought we had the win and it was over. Rafinha receives the ball, shoots it, and it was blocked. And then shoots it again, and it was the goal. And he makes it 6-5. FC Barcelona lead globally, and Barcelona were winning 3-2 in the second leg on the 87th minute. We thought it was it, but it wasn't. And as you can see here, John Laporta was going crazy. The guy was just going crazy with everybody there. Just, man, I just really wished. I just wish that was it. Like that was the win. But I'm trying to keep my composure because I don't want to be like super upset and frustrated because they gave us a good Champions League campaign. They did. It was spectacular in terms of entertainment and the way that they always came back up. But the fact that we have conceded so many goals, this has to be talked about. We cannot continue like this, right? The attack can only do so much. We must improve in defense. And we're going to be talking about Araujo's performance in just a few seconds, because that is one of the reasons why we got into extra time. But it's a it's an unfortunate situation, man. Like I can't believe it. I'm still trying to process like this whole loss, and I know that it's not the end for Barcelona. It's not. This project is only going to get better. We still have a league to win, and if you were to tell me that Barcelona ended up winning the league, the Copa del Rey and the Spanish Super Cup, that is a successful season. 3 total trophies that Barcelona have won with a team that is extremely young, like Lamine Yamal, like Pedri, still very young, Gerard Martin is still very young, Kubarsi, a very young squad, and we can do so much better from here, right? But it sucks. It's 3-2, and this could have been it. So we go on to the 90th minute, and this is where I do want to speak about Ronald Araujo, right? So we have Gerard Martin trying to get the ball, right? He has it, but he trips, unfortunately, here. It's like the player sticks out his leg. This is Dumfries here. Wins the ball over Gerard Martin. I think that Dumfries won like 6 duels out of 7 against Gerard Martin, but here he won it again. Makes a cross, and they score the tie. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but look at Ronald Araujo right here with the person that ends up scoring this goal. Okay, right here. And just notice, right? Don't pay attention to what's going on here with Gerard Martin and Dumfries. Notice what's going on here. It's too relaxed. Okay, I want to play, but I'm just gonna go very slow. Araujo's too relaxed. Look at him. He just stays on him, but like doesn't ever go in front of him. Too relaxed here. Too relaxed. And Araujo did nothing. No intensity whatsoever. And they went on to celebrate, whatever, right? I don't know what happened here. I don't. This is not Ronald Araujo. For some reason, I expected for Araujo to grow in this game that Hansi Flick is building, right, with more intensity, more aggressiveness. But in this sequence here, shows who he really was. This is not the first time making these type of mistakes and losing the intensity and making dumb decisions. We have seen this last season in the Champions League, so this has to be fixed, right? Okay, and Araujo did it against PSG. Look at this right here. Araujo once again gets embarrassed by the player right there. Like fails to defend him, and this is where they score the other goal, right? So I noticed that I am like playing back through this like very smoothly, so I don't know if this is going to be copyrighted, but if it is, and if it ends up turning black, I'm sorry. Like that's what's probably going to happen. It's just gonna turn black. So if it's like that, but if you guys are watching it like maybe 3 to 4 hours later, I'm sorry about that, but I can only do so much because UEFA is very strict on these rules. So that's it, man. Like I don't know what was up with the defense. This goes back to what I was saying in the very beginning. Ronald Araujo, and I would just say the defense as a collective, it was a mess. We still allowed 6 total goals against Inter, even though I know that we came back and we scored these goals with Rafinha. Lamine Yamal was doing good, and Dani Olmo scored a goal, and Eric Garcia. It is unacceptable to concede 6 total goals against Inter. And then we had this last one. Inter Milan were winning 4-3 by this point on the 106th minute. Let me see. What is this one? Lamine Yamal has the ball. I think this could have been one of the moments where Barcelona could have tied the game. He just makes a cross into the box. And unfortunately, Lewandowski had two header chances where he could have scored. But in this moment here, he headers the ball, but it goes over the whole goal. And he misses yet again and fails to make it 4-4 or 7-7 globally. And so that was considered extra time. I forgot to put the banner here, but yeah, all of this was considered extra time from the 98th minute to the 106th minute. And that's it. And Inter Milan won. They scored the last goal that just took Barcelona out. And that's it, right? Now let's talk about the top performers. Okay, I'm going to move this here. I'm just going to focus on myself. Like, who were the top performers? Let me we're just going to leave it like that. If you guys mind, I don't know if you guys mind, like just see my face or something. But who were the top performers, right? Like who do you guys like? Let me ask you guys this: who do you believe was one of the best performers against Inter Milan? And to me, it's going to come down to, I would say, three total players. Number one, for sure, was Gerard Martin. Gerard Martin, even though yes, he made some mistakes, even though yes, that he did fail to really mark Dumfries like that, I would just say that Gerard Martin, because of his 2 assists, at least gave us a fighting chance to maybe go to the next round and be in the final of the Champions League. 2 total assists is really not that bad. I'm happy for the player. He did have a total rating of 8.3 according to FootMob, right? 120 minutes played. He played the full game. Once again, 2 assists, 66 out of 84 accurate passes, 3 chances were created, 129 touches, 3 touches in the opposition box, 2 out of 3 tackles were won, 5 clearances, 1 headed clearance, 11 defensive actions, 8 recoveries, and he was dribbled past twice. And one of them, I mean, like both of them were for sure up against Dumfries. And then in terms of duels, 2 out of 2 aerial duels were won. Once again, I think that he should be a center back and not a left back. Ground duels won, 5 out of 11, having a 45% percentage is not that great, but it's decent, right? It's decent. So he is one of my top performers. If anything, number one. Lamine Yamal, no goals, no assist, but as you can see here, he continues to claim all of the big numbers, right? Completed the most dribbles, which was 14, was the most fouled player 7 times, hit the woodwork once in 9 total shots. He won the most duels, which was 23, but lost the most duels, which was a total of 13. Like overall, like even though I know that Rafinha came out with a goal, Lamine Yamal was the main protagonist. It was not Rafinha. Goals and assists, I know that they help a lot, but if you actually truly dissect the game and you analyze the game, you would understand that Lamine Yamal was the main, I would just say, protagonist for Barcelona's attack. Barcelona really depended on Yamal to progress the ball forward in everything. And I think that should be the way moving forward, going into the second season of Hansi Flick, and the 3rd season, 4th season, and hopefully 5th season. We have to revolve our project around Yamal, because if we just continue to go down this way and at the same time prioritize making our defense better, Barcelona will be on the right track, because this is the right track. Lamine Yamal was the main guy, and even though he had no assists and no goals, you can't. Then I can't have a conversation with you if you're just going to say that Lamine Yamal did nothing in this game only because you don't see goals or assists. No, that's false. And then I would just say Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia, to me, he was responsible on the right back position. We could have played better with Jules Koundé, but he did what he could, and I think that he was a decent replacement. I really want to clap it up for Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia, at the age of 24 years old, he was always loaned out to different teams, and like for example Girona. Sometimes he did not even feature in the starting 11 under Xavi Hernandez, a player that none of us really rated, but in terms of this season under Hansi, he has really improved. He has played in multiple positions as well, became the most reliable, most versatile player right next to Sergio Roberto. He played in the CDM position, center back position, right back position, and he played in all of those positions in a very solid way. Not exceptional, not like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 performances and stuff like that, but very solid, 7 out of 10 and nothing more. Very reliable player, and a player that I want to keep because of just how versatile he is. 98 minutes played, 1 goal, 2 total shots, 71 out of 75 passes were completed, 1 chance were created, 2 out of 2 shots on target, 1 big chance missed, unfortunately, 102 touches, 3 touches in the opposition box, 2 out of 2 accurate long balls. A lot of completed balls, right? 7 defensive actions, 3 interceptions, 2 clearances, 5 recoveries, and then 4 out of 8 ground duels were won, 1 out of 2 aerial duels were won. So congratulations to Gerard Martin, Lamine Yamal, and Eric Garcia, our fullbacks, right? 2 fullbacks who were not even supposed to be here, because we did have Jules Koundé and Alejandro Balde, but they were here because of the injuries, and they did extremely solid. And I'm not gonna be out here and say that Eric Garcia did not produce what Jules Koundé would have, or Gerard Martin did not produce what Alejandro Balde would have. No, these are players who have not had a lot of game time in the past 9 months in terms of like being in the starting 11 and playing in every game. And what they did against Inter, and a very strong Inter side, was phenomenal. So I'm gonna clap it up for all players. So bravo to FC Barcelona, okay? And this is not the end. this is not the time for us to bash on FC Barcelona at all. We fought well. We still have a league to compete for. We have the Clásico that's coming up next on Sunday, not Saturday. And I'm going to be there to talk about that match in terms of the pre-match preview and also the match review. This is not going to be the last video I'm going to be making in terms of this game between Inter Milan and FC Barcelona. There is so much else that I do have to talk about in terms of what I have certain opinions about Inigo Martinez, Kubarsi, and Dani Olmo. And I also have a lot of opinions about our defensive game, and I do think that there's something that needs to be talked about, and it has to, and it does have something to do with us conceding very early in high stake moments. So look out for those videos. It's going to be coming out very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching Visca Barça. Once again, thank you Hansi Flick, thank you Barcelona, thank you to all the players. You guys did amazing, and we still have something to fight for, which is La Liga, and we will be there and to support you guys 110%. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.